Hey everyone, Niiamah here from Outliers Edge. Really glad to be in space with you all. Wanted to share a quick thing right now, which is top of mind. One, you're going to find me like making these live streams because I'm here to document what I'm learning along the way. I'm building what it is that I talk about in my own versions of it, while also finding out what other people are doing and dealing with the challenges that come along the way with creating something that is truly yours and aligned with you. And so right now, one of the things that came up for me was this concept of building from what works first, rather than building like just the end all final destination. Hopefully, like it's not too loud in the background. If I'll have to end up listening to this in a bit. We have some people doing work around me, and so what we have here is just a quick realization that I've been feeling kind of stuck with what to do with the live stream and how that relates to the business itself. I knew that there was something around what I was doing with the podcast invitations directly that didn't feel as sustainable, or didn't feel like it would have the growth of the movement that I wanted to have, and that I'm here for it really. And so I adopted moving into the live stream format, and there's been a big tension and figure out like how does all this come together. And last night something occurred to me, which is that there's a lot of newness that's going on for me right now. There's a lot of newness with content. There's a lot of newness with creating clients from it, from leading the community. There's like I've done it all before, but not as one cohesive, ongoing ecosystem. And as it was actually the understanding that this is way more new than I thought that made everything really simple. And the simplicity that I found was like, oh, I had something that was working, and I just went and I said, let's go do new in so many different ways, as opposed to what I had originally convinced myself to like, even let me go and do this new path, right? Rather than figuring out how to make what I was doing better. Uh, I ended up like shifting gears. I ended up moving too far into let me go move straight into thought leadership, as opposed to pairing and bridging what I was doing beforehand. So I was like, I had my podcast conversations. I was having multiple podcast conversations a day. Like the first next step was not to come up with brand new ideas for shows or all that. The first next step was to take the podcast that I was doing in the asynchronous Zoom version and bring it onto the live platform. And so that like once I allowed myself to do that, I needed to set up a couple of different things. Like I didn't have the flexibility to hit record and all this stuff. I'm like, oh, I know how I can do this. Like this part is now a part of the game, and I can build from what works, which is just to port over what has been working and put it into a more advantageous platform, or something that's more aligned with what I'm doing right now, and then build from there. Right. And so I wanted to leave that here as a message as we go in. What's something right now that feels really, really daunting? It feels like, you've been making good progress, and then all of a sudden you just like slowed down. And my ask of you is like, have you taken on, is this a much bigger project than what you thought? And if it is, like,